Room of there you go. No, it's in the north. It is. Don't you move your chair over there? That'd be wonderful. I'd like to.
Maybe move my probably people if they want to walk. We're back seeing.
You're the one with the hammer.
Yeah. Hoping that, that part will have somebody over there.
Sorry. Where you want to be.
Well,
That's where your roots are. There you go.
I would like to open the meeting for the council. Again, this is not my position, but bear with me. We don't have a secretary or a treasurer, but we do have some information by Mr. Jim. Go ahead. Yes. Yeah.
There's good.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, need this?
Yes, sir.
Circle.
Got it, I got mine.
Okay. I'll give you a minute to catch your breath.
I want you to be by yourself over here.
No holding.
No? Okay, the Employees Appreciation Fund. The home withholding donations were $1,000. The general store coin jar was $101. The hall boxes was $131, and the gift shop was $59.01. And one moment. Our total now is $14,037. Thank you.
Marge didn't give
What?
minutes.
Uh,
Or do you have it?
I didn't print them out.
No, don't worry.
Sorry.
The minutes to the last meeting will not be available.
They'll be up on the board.
It'll be, yeah, it'll be on the bulletin board. Are there any corrections or omissions to the? Well, this one,
Our
I'm sorry, the treasurer's report, yeah, thank you. If there isn't any corrections or additions to the treasurer's report, we'll call it good. We have a I'm sorry. Jim's going to give a analysis on the voting.
Well, first of all, what I'm going to talk about is, I have Ken McMillan's report as our, representative to the Board of Trustees. They had their, annual retreat last week here on campus. And I have his report. He's in the hospital, so I'm going to read his report for him. The Board of Trustees of the Masonic Homes held their annual retreat on June 17 and 18 in the chapel of the Siminoff Center. All trustees were in attendance either personally or via Zoom. There were also in attendance members of the Grand Lodge staff, as well as staff members from the Masonic Homes at Union City and Covina. The major goals for the homes included the following points. It is important that the Masonic homes be considered a person's first choice for retirement and not their last resort. There should be meaningful services provided for all people. This includes a broad range of services. And there needs to be improved financial performance. Giving needs to be increased and expenses need to be decreased. For the future outlook, the following points were stressed. We need to strengthen what we are currently doing and providing. There is a need to establish point of sale guidelines for services as they are provided. Risk management is a key priority. It is better to fail rather than not try something at all if it's deemed important. There is a need to optimize technology. It's important to move admissions to a larger market. A key presentation on the first day was a Zoom meeting with the CEOs of the Masonic homes in Kentucky, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania. Each described areas of success in a variety of ways, including reaching out to the community and partnerships for on-campus venues and services, as well as the home's involvement in community activities and projects. Of note was the commitment that there were only 11 states in which currently have Masonic homes. Some states either have closed their facilities or sold them to other entities. This was received with great sadness and dismay. Occupancy is up at both Union City and Covina, but is still short of projected goals. Acacia Creek is near 90% occupancy, which is up from a low of 62% several years ago. This is due in large part to aggressive marketing team. The Masonic Foundation has had a successful year of fundraising, receiving $9 million in contributions in 2025. The flooring project in the Adams building is moving forward, with 22 apartments completed at the time of this report. The construction of the new pool at Covina location is moving ahead. A construction consultant has been retained and a minimum of 3 bids are being entertained as of this report. The solar project in Union City has been submitted to the City of Union City for permits. The elevator project in Lorber has begun. A new fire and disaster training consultant has been retained, and more drills and training will begin soon. The atmosphere among those in attendance was extremely positive. The tours of the Union City campus produced much discussion regarding the possibilities for better use of our campus for future projects. These will be discussed further, and more ideas will be presented at the next regularly scheduled board meeting to be held in Covina on September 17th. Respectfully submitted, Ken McMillan, appointed representative to the Board of Trustees, and the date of his report is June 19th, which is the day after the end of the retreat with the Board of Trustees. Okay, that having been said, I'm taking a few minutes of the meetings each month now leading up to the election of members of the resident council later on in the year. This year we will have 3 openings. You nominate yourself if you are interested in serving, and I want to read a few things about what it is that the council actually does, because it isn't always transparent. The purpose of the resident council is as follows: to promote better understanding between the residents and staff of the Masonic homes in Union City. And in that respect, we represent you to the management. To assist the administration as they require in their endeavors to plan for improvements of the Masonic home both now and in the future. To promote better relations between the residents by attempting to resolve disputes and misinformation. To be responsible for keeping the residents of the Masonic homes informed regarding the action and plans being considered. And of course, we manage and distribute the Employee Appreciation Fund in December. It's important to note that the resident council is not a decision-making body. We are advisory to the management only. We take issues that you guys bring to us either individually or collectively at these meetings and take them to whatever level of management it is going to give us the result we all want. If you have the slightest desire to possibly be a member of the resident council, it should be based on a desire to be of service to our fellow residents. One thing that we are to represent you. It's not appropriate for a person to step forward to be on the resident council if what they really want to do is pursue a personal agenda. We've seen that happen in the past, unfortunately, but lately it has not been the case. And we really do function the way we're supposed to at the present time. The resident council is comprised of 7 people. Everybody is on a staggered 3-year term. So every year there's either 2 or 3 new openings. And there's continuity, of course, with the other 4 or 5. The Masonic Homes election is held in September. You serve from October to September in your capacity. It's a 3-year term. Uh, I have here the application form, resident council candidate form. These are to be filled out and accompanied with a personal biography and turned into the front desk by Monday, August 25. And then all of the candidates will address the open meeting here on August 27th, after which the ballots will be distributed and collected. The ballots get turned into a box by the front desk. Um, just a little bit of a overview of how the election itself works. We have 3 openings this year. If we only have 3 candidates, there won't be an election because that'll be the 3 people. That'll be the only 3 people there are to vote for, so there isn't any point in having a vote. If there's 4 or 5 applicants, then we'll have the election, and the top 3 vote getters are the winners. If there's less than 3, then whoever has nominated themselves will automatically be on the board with no election, and the board will fill the vacancy as appropriate, as on a normal course of events. I believe that's all the comments I've got right now about this. I have some of these candidate forms with me. If anybody wants to pick one up from me rather than having to go to the front desk to get one, come see me after the meeting.
Qualifications to be on that ballot.
They are.
No,
Yeah,
they
that's
have
just
to
a
have
topic
1 year.
I'm gonna have next month.
They have to be here 1 year.
Yes. And a married couple can't both be on at the same time. But I was gonna cover that next month, so he's getting way ahead of me. That's all I have for now. Thank you all.
The building committee's report. Bob, over here. I said I have the building committee's report.
Thank you, Jim. That was an interesting recap of that meeting they held for the council. I mean, when they decided many things, and we're happy that things are going well. Diane will give us a
Building committee.
yeah, a report on from the building committee.
Thank you, Bob. Although the majority of the building committee members did not attend a meeting, the meeting that we were supposed to have last month was because there were problems. People had appointments and other commitments, but problems were addressed during the month. Jeff was asked to have a landscapers clean up after themselves before leaving. For example, their coffee cups, bottles, etc., water bottles, and etc. Soledad was asked to have volunteer committees service kids who were coming to pick up trash, to include the hillside and the parking lots. We requested that the landscapers clean up the weeds in Saddam patio. Also, who is it that cleans up the Seminoff Center smoking area? Work was ordered for the second floor. Work request was ordered for the second floor Adams overhead light at the far end of the bar, which is out, and also the elevator lights over the south wing elevator at the lower level need to be fixed so that they show this floor activity. Respectfully submitted, Diana Swing.
Thank you, Diane. Now that reports are over, I would like to open it for any old business. Anybody have any requests, comments? New business? No? Wonderful. You're making my job easier yet.
I'd like to bring up a new business.
Okay, Ron.
First of all, I'd like to find out how many of
Mic
you.
up.
Turn it off.
Just push up. Push up.
Put it up in front of your face.
There we go.
Are you looking at me? Oh.
Yes.
I'm considering in September starting a Sunday matinee movie. I'd like to find out if any of you are interested in attending a Sunday afternoon matinee movie. If you have an interest in it, I'd like to know what kind of movies you would like to see. Because we will be going through all of the CDs that we have in the library of the second floor and picking movies out from that to show on a Sunday afternoon matinee. There'll be once a week, every Sunday, probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 to 3, whatever the length of the movie is. Just wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to know we're going to try this, see if it works. So if you have an interest, let me know. And I'll be sending out some kind of a form for you to fill out for the kind of movies you'd like to see. There are all kinds down there in that library area. I don't know, it's close to 700 movies. So we'll be doing that coming up. Thank you very much. Yes. I'm a football fan too. I thought about that Sunday afternoon, but most of the football games, I want to try to work around that. Because I don't want to interfere with football. I'm too far a football fan, so yeah, we'll work with that. That again, if you have a specific time you'd like to deal with it, that's fine. We can work with it. But we want to try to do something with Sundays on the non-football days. But we could work around that. Maybe have an evening matinee. So it's up to you guys. I'm just proposing it. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Our next meeting will be the 23rd of July at 2 p.m. here. Any other information anybody would like to give us, enlighten us, complain? Okay. Do I hear a motion to close the meeting? Second. Motion's been given and seconded. All those say aye. Aye. Opposed? Closed. Thank you. I had a joke. Wow. If I caused that, I apologize. We're here.
Yeah.
Let me.
A lot of people here today. You tell your friends to come. Yeah.
I was waiting for someone to give me a little attention up here.
That's right. Where is everybody? What happened? Yes, the most important people are here. Absolutely right. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. And as they come in, they will trickle in for those that are going to report today. But I do have a few updates before we get started. And as they come in, which they are, they're starting to come in. We will go ahead and move on for the move to the update. So good afternoon, everyone. Here we are. It's already end of June. Who would have thought? Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We have lots on the agenda. Uh, I'll give you an update. We have Old West Lodge coming in on Saturday. They will be here Saturday and Sunday. They will be here for the degree over in Siminoff while the ladies and the children are having sip and paint up here on the patio. They will be here for lunch and they will have lunch at the Siminoff. They will have dinner in the dining room, in the main dining room, and then they will have their tour and then on Sunday, they come back and they will have breakfast at Acacia Creek and a tour over at Acacia Creek. So we have a busy weekend. We have wonderful tour guides ready to go for Saturday. So I just wanted to give everybody that information because you will see lots of people walking around on Saturday. And those of you who signed up for the sip and paint, thank you. Luz will be here on Saturday, and we will be out in the patio. All right. On We are not going to be having a fireside chat in the month of we're in June, in July. And the reason for that, I know I have to go back and say, okay, what month are we in? In July, because we are doing budget. It's budget season, and at this time, it's very, very important that we have some time. The schedule is really full, so we will not have we will not have fireside. It will be canceled for the month of July. We will resume again in August, but I wanted to give you that information. Fireside chat will continue, but town hall will continue. in July, but not fireside chat. Okay. Um, a little bit of the elevator project we started, and Matt is here and he will give you a little bit more of an update. So Matt is going to give you an update on the elevator project, where we are at with that. I want to give you a little bit of an update on the flooring project. Adams Flooring is going slowly but surely. We are also doing a little bit of Wallenberg. Those rooms in Wallenberg that are empty right now. So we are doing two in Adams, one in Wallenberg, an empty one in Wallenberg. And I can tell you that I did the count today, and we have, out of 87 rooms, Adams and Wallenberg, we have completed 29. And we are moving slowly, but we are moving. I was surprised to see, I thought it was 21, we're at 29 now. We've completed, the fifth floor, Adams, is completely done. The floor is completely done, so now we've moved to the fourth floor. We will take a little break on July 7th, on that week, because of the 4th of July. The 4th of July, we can't, sorry, not July 7th, June 30th to the 4th, we won't have anyone, we won't be doing any moves that week because of the 4th of July. 4th of July lands on a Friday, and that's the day that the vendors and the whole team comes and they do a checkoff list to make sure that everything went well. And because it's a holiday, we don't expect them to come back on Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and hold off, and then we start again on July 7th. And everybody's getting their notices. The residents are being really good. I have to tell you, the assisted living team, the EVS team, the social services team, they just have been amazing on Mondays. The work that is done to make sure whoever moves on the guest rooms, that they have their CPAP machines, that they have, if they have um, um, oxygen, whatever the needs are, that if you're getting your trays in the room, that everybody is aware. We have run into a few snafus as people move because we didn't think about this or think about that. For the most part, things are, moving along slowly but surely, and the team has been really, really phenomenal. I wanted to let you know that. So once we complete the moves in the empty apartments in Wallenberg, then we are going to start with two rooms in Adams and one room in Wallenberg. We are going to move a resident from their room to the guest room, so to speak, in Wallenberg. Then once we finish with all of Adams, then we will move to two rooms in Wallenberg until we finish, and hopefully we'll be finished by the end of the year. It is, like I said, we've been at this for a long time, but we will try to make it as pleasant as we can for the residents, because it is tough. It is tough to move residents. That is the flooring project. Okay, going down the line, we have UCPD is going to be here July 8th in the morning. They're going to be doing a video around the hills of the home in that area here, for their 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 new recruits orientation that they have. So they will be here on July 8th. You'll see, they're not arresting me or anybody else. They're just going to be here because they are going to be doing the video shoots. They did that last year, if you remember, but the video shoots that they did were at the White Steps right at the main entrance. And this time they decided to come up on the hill and do a hillside view. I don't know exactly where they're going to be, if they're going to be by the MCYAF home or if they're going to be, somewhere else. But they will be here July 8th in the morning. So that is UCPD. Uh, we had Golden Pillar. Those of you who nominate staff members for the Golden Pillar Award, we do 3 Golden Pillar winners per quarter. in this month, we just did ours in May. I believe it was May or June, beginning of June. It was June that we did the 3 winners. But something happened while we do the shout out boards and we do the nominations on paper. We realized that a lot of the residents, which first of all, we really appreciate and we want you to do the shout out boards when you see them. If you see somebody doing something extraordinary, you write it down and you have the pillar nominations up at the front desk. Pick one up if you see somebody doing something out of the ordinary or extraordinary. Please, write it down. What we have seen this last quarter is we have a lot of nominations from residents, and they read something like this: I nominate so and so because she smiles very nice. We need something a little bit more when they're competing with people that are going above and beyond. I mean, a smile makes everybody happy. I'm not saying anything about that, but I know there's more. I know there's more to that. So please be detailed and let us know if you really want this person to win or the nomination. Give us a little bit more. We found a few of those that are, she cares for me very much. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to care for you. So if you can give us more details of the reason they were nominated, a little bit more, that would be greatly appreciated. It will make things easier for the managers when they're doing the choosing the winners, and it will also make it so that these people that you are nominating, they're not put to the side because, it wasn't complete or it wasn't detailed. So please do your due diligence and really let us know a little bit more. Okay? So that was on the Golden Pillar nomination. And then you will receive a notice in the mail next Tuesday, July 1st. I know, here we go. Questions at the end. Next Tuesday, July 1st, we will have the hot water shut down for everyone, with a few exceptions, from 7 a.m. to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That means we're fixing a boiler, a steam, something about the steam, and Matt can give you a little bit more of the details on that. But in order for us to do the repairs on this boiler, we need to shut off the hot water. And that means from 7 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If it's done, if the job is completed early, we will let everybody know that it's been completed. Hopefully, we'll come back online before 1 o'clock. But in the meantime, that means no hot water from 7 to 1. That means that dishes cannot be washed. That means that the menu is going to change. I don't know if the menu will change for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I know the menu will change for breakfast and lunch. Uh, uh, the dietary team right now, Chef Joe is working with the team on getting me a menu for that day of what it's going to look like. So that's going to be changed. Laundry cannot do any washing until that is done. So there's a lot of things that go into when we need hot water. Obviously, you're not going to take a shower in a cold shower. So that day, that's the time in the afternoon. Showers can go back on. So we're going to be working all the logistics of that water shut off on Tuesday, July 1st. So stay tuned for the menu. Stay tuned for the memo that will come out so everybody remembers that that's that. Now, when I said it's going to affect everyone, it's going to affect everyone except Pavilion will continue to have hot water. MCYAF will continue to have hot water, and the Siminoff will continue to have hot water because they are on a different boiler. Okay, so that's what, and if I said anything that is wrong, Matt will correct me when it's his time to go. the other thing we are working on, as you know, the budget is coming up. As I mentioned, I owe a meeting to the budget committee. And as soon as I get time on my calendar to have the next budget meeting, I will go ahead and do that. Capital budget, we've already started. We just met recently with power chair people, not everybody, with a few power chair people, to tell us what ADA doors they would like to have as priority. So we went through a priority list, and thank you to those that were there in the meeting with Matt and I. Really, it gave us a different view of what you guys really need. So hopefully we'll get some of these doors through the budget. But I just want to let you know that we're working really hard to making sure of all those items that you had requested in the past, or you thought it was a good idea through the grounds committee and through the building committee, and see what we can put in the budget and see what we'll go through. And then we are going to have a meeting at a town hall and bringing you up some information on the budget, making sure you're up to date on everything that is going on and what you need to do, what you need to know on where we are in the budget. Okay. With that, I'm going to, survey, residence survey. As I told you at Fireside Chat, we have a satisfaction survey coming up. The resident satisfaction survey is going to look very different this time. So I've already asked the managers from different areas, for instance, Pavilion and Wallenberg and Lorber, to give me listings. This time is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do it in the auditorium. You will receive, you'll see flyers, okay? We're thinking somewhere mid-July that this is going to happen. It's going to be for about a week. You'll see flyers around. What we are doing is we're working with MemoMate. This company is a different company. We had Holleran for the past couple of years. We had Holleran, and then before that, I don't remember who we had before that. So this is MemoMate, and this is a little bit different. You will not have a paper survey. We are giving them everybody's names and telephone numbers. If we have your telephone number in your landline, okay, if we have your cell phone number in the front desk, then we will use that, but you will all have landlines. So you will see a call, it'll say something Masonic Home Survey. So you won't think it's a scam of some kind. So that's the way it will be identified. It will be something with Masonic Home name on it. You pick up the phone, and I did it because I wanted to see how it worked when we met. We had a demonstration with the company. They will call you, and they will say, you'll see it, it'll sound like a robotic voice, like a Siri, but a very nice Siri. And they'll say, I'm calling for a Masonic Home Survey. Here's a few questions, and they will start with a question, and you will answer. Okay, and that's the way we will know it comes from. We won't know what phone. We just give them the phone number, but then they will add. They will do the numbers. Okay, these many residents provided us information. This is what they're unhappy with. This is what they're happy with. This is what they're not concerned about. All those things, but it'll be on the phone. So if I tried it and I said, I don't know, I picked something that we all think about all the time is food, right? And I said, no, I'm not happy with the food. And then it asked me another question. And then it asked me another question. So it really drills down to specifics. It is not going to be a 2-hour survey on the phone. It's very minimal. We want it to be fast but accurate. And I really do want to make sure that you all think about it and really start thinking. I don't know what questions yet they're going to have on there, but really let us know exactly how you feel about whatever it is that is going well. If it's not going well, if you think we should be doing something different, because if we don't know, um, we can't do much about it, right? The other thing is for Cynthia's folks over in Lorber, we are giving them, and again, we will have information for the family members, and the residents will not do the survey. It'll be the family members that will do the survey. The same thing for Wallenberg. The families will be, we have family members will be doing the survey. So we will have that information, give that information to Memo Maid. And yes, we've vetted the contract with our legal counsel, so they're not going to sell your phone number to anybody, any other third party. So we want to make sure that is done correctly. So it's a little bit different. We will not be meeting in the auditorium, and we will not be having a paper or an email. This is solely by phone. Then afterwards, we come back and you tell me how it went. If you thought it was, how did it go? Because this is different, right? We're all used to paper or an email, and see how it goes. And we're going to give it a try to see. There's not a lot of companies out there that are doing paper surveys anymore. And so we want to give this a really good try to see how it works for us. And if it works, and if it's not too difficult, then we can move on. Somebody's phone is going off. So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing. So stay tuned. And if you have questions about the survey, questions at the end when we are done. Okay. All right. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and start with Matt.
All right, let's see how this works. Can you all hear me okay? Nope, some no, some yes. All right, I'll speak up a little bit more. I always have that trouble. I think I'm being too loud. So hello, everybody. So I think most of you know me, but those who don't, my name is Matthew Patrick. I'm here with Facility Services. So briefly, I just want to give an update on the Lorber elevator. So we are finally under construction with the modernization of the first Lorber elevator. We started almost 2 weeks ago. So with any luck, if things go smoothly, we've got about another 8 weeks to go, which puts us about mid-August till that elevator is done and complete. After which, then we'll move on to the next elevator, and we'll keep going on from there over to Sedam. But that's pretty much all there really is for that one. It's just going to roll along for the next 2 months, and we hope things will go smoothly. That's all done. As far as I know. That's all I really have for you, folks. Thank you.
And for those of you who are thinking, where is the facility services director? He's busy with orientation, so he will be with us next month. But right now, he's still busy trying to figure out where's he going. And if he told me this morning he got lost like 3-4 times yesterday. So he's working his way. I'm glad that he's getting lost. And he also told me he didn't think he was going to have to walk so much. He's got to get a new pair of shoes. Good walking shoes, he said. So he will be with us next. He's gonna be coming to be with us hopefully next month. And with that, I'm gonna ask Cynthia to come on over and give us her update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cynthia. I'm the administrator at Lorber, the skilled nursing facility. So just to continue on, we are still doing our elevator. We have, as Matt said, we have one elevator working. So I apologize for the long elevator wait times. We have, most of our staff are using the stairs. So we minimize the elevator use. So most of the visitors can use it. And also, I do recommend if you're going to come over to Lorber, please keep in mind that our food carts, they need to use the elevator. So it's going to be longer. So if you want to visit, maybe try and visit a little after breakfast or before lunch, a little bit, not during lunchtime. or dinner time because carts are just going up and down those elevators and the times will be long. So I apologize. And also on our third floor, we are about halfway done. We are getting new flooring also on our third floor. So it looks really nice so far that they have it. I'd say another week or so that they'll be done. So next time you come by, take a look at our third floor. Very proud of it. It's nice flooring. For the activities going on, they are going to have a Lorber University graduation coming up next week. On July 3rd, the San Mateo Elks Band, they will have a performance outside in front of Siminoff. Everyone is invited. That would be on July 3rd at 2:00 p.m. So please come and join. From July 8 to 10, it's going to be Recreation Therapy Week, and there's going to be a lot of events happening with the residents and the activities group. And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, now we are going to move over to this side. Jody.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Jody. I'm with the Masonic Center for Youth and Families, and I'm the programs manager. So a few quick updates for everyone. Just a few weeks ago, I mentioned at our last town hall, but I joined our MOS teammates and colleagues and presented at MCASA, which is a gathering of the Masonic homes across North America. And I was very honored to present on behalf of MCYF about our unique and available mental health services here in Union City and Covina. So we were very well represented. This upcoming weekend, as Soledad mentioned, Old West will be touring from Southern California, which also includes a tour of our event, the event house, our center up at the top of the hill. So we're very proud to show that off. Just some events that are starting to take shape on campus that we're very pleased to host. Our clinician Alex Weinstein rolled out an 8-week weekly therapy group at Acacia Creek, and we are in the process of rolling out additional groups to the community here at the Masonic Home. So please know that that is developing, and you'll be hearing more about that very soon. In a couple of weeks in July, we'll be tabling at the Prince Hall Annual Communications on July 18th and 19th. And this is the second time that the Masonic Homes has joined the Prince Hall Annual Communications. And so I'm looking forward to attending that. In Southern California, our senior director, we're keeping her very busy with some presentations that are taking shape in Southern California. She'll be presenting to Kern County lodges and as well as the inspectors of the division, sharing of our services and resources to the fraternity and the community, as well as their family members. And also in July, she'll be presenting in El Segundo, did I say it? In Southern California, as well about our services. And coming up is, let's see, on Sundays at 3 and starting Wednesdays at 4 on July 9th. MCYAF, our clinical director, Janine Heisler, along with several residents, are very pleased and have worked very hard to bring this offering to campus, which is an AA support group, Alcoholics Anonymous, which is open to both staff and residents. This is a support group that supports an understanding where, in a place where individuals can share their experiences with alcoholism and support each other's sobriety. If you seek a safe and supportive setting to address your relationship with alcohol, AA could be beneficial. The meetings are confidential and participation is voluntary. There is no requirement to speak and no sign-up necessary, and staff or residents are welcome to join. And again, that'll be twice a week, starting July 9th. However, Sundays at 3 p.m. are available now, and this is at the boardroom in the head building. And if you have additional questions, our clinical director, Janine, is available to answer any of those for you. Thank you.
All right, we are going to bring up Sol for the time being.
Hi, everyone. I'm Saul with Masonic Outreach Services. I'm the Director of Masonic Assistance and Outreach. So MOS remains busy. Hopefully you're not sick of me saying that. We're still busy. We have still over 300 clients that we're serving each month right now across Masonic Senior Outreach, Masonic Family Outreach, and Distressed Worthy Brother Fund programs. I'm really thrilled to announce that we have a new staff member. We have a new community outreach educator. So on our lodge outreach side of our programming. So every time I talk about all the presentations that we're providing and the trainings we're doing to volunteer members who are volunteering their time to do outreach with us, that's all facilitated by this team. And we've been short-staffed for a while. So I'm really thrilled to say that the team is fully staffed now. Naomi Chu is our new community outreach educator, and she'll be overseeing lodge outreach for divisions 5 through 9. So she'll be in the southern half of the state doing lodge outreach. And then she'll also be providing supervision, field instruction to some of our Master of Social Work interns beginning in the fall. So we're thrilled to welcome Naomi. She's at some point going to come and visit and get to meet all of you. So Jody mentioned a couple of things that we were also at. So MHCUC, which is the Masonic Communities and Services Association, that's the organization that Jody mentioned brings together all the different Masonic charitable relief organizations across the country. So the brick and mortar Masonic homes, and also several jurisdictions that have outreach programs like ours. And so we do a lot of information sharing, best practices sharing. It's a really, really cool thing that's been happening for a very long time, like 80 years it's been around. So that was great. And yeah, Jody presented, and we had several other jurisdictions who represented our outreach tracks for MHCUC. So it was nice to get to hear from all those other jurisdictions. And then we also will be at Prince Hall's annual communication, so we're thrilled to get to participate in that. For lodge presentations, we conducted 3 so far this month. Akalani's Fellowship on June 3rd, Sunset Lodge on June 3rd as well, and then we were at Bakersfield Lodge June 21st. And then tonight we'll be at a School of Instruction at Natoma Lodge. And then for our lodge outreach meetings, we're still training all the different divisions on best practices around spreading the word about the Masonic homes and the several relief programs underneath the umbrella of services that we provide. And so we just trained Division 8 on June 7th at Phoenix Rising Lodge. They were the hosting lodge. This coming weekend, Divisions 6 and 7 are going to meet at San Marino Lodge. And then we have Division 1 meeting on July 19th at Marin Lodge, and Division 10 meeting on July 26th at Hanford Lodge. And that's all I have for now. Thank you all so much.
Okay, before we start to the questions, I wanted to bring up one other thing. So we have been working very hard in the last few months on getting aligned, as you heard me talk, the resident handbook, getting aligned the partial assignment of assets and the fee-for-service contract, and the partial assignment of assets contract, and comparing with Covina, making sure that we're all together, that they all are about the same. And also Acacia Creek. Acacia Creek has many different contracts, but we have been working on doing that. With that said, I know we put a hold on, I had come to you, oh gosh, April, maybe March, about the the resident handbook being ready to go. And we kind of put a pause on that because we had to look at the contracts, had to look at other additional things that were not, they weren't consistent, so we want to make things consistent. So we are looking at that. With that said, one of the things that we started looking at is, and again, we have not changed that in a very long time. Those of you who have been here, for a little before COVID, know that every year or every 2 years, we would change the fee for optional services in the contract because things may be going up a little bit more. And then we stopped to do that because of COVID, and we didn't want to deal with that. The world was upside down, and we didn't want to put more of upside down to the residents. So we stopped and we didn't do that. Now we're going back to looking at the fee for optional services in the contract. Some things are going to change a little bit. The health services policy, also, there's some things that are going to be changing, and it's not because, I want to make this very clear, it's not that the Masonic home, oh, they're getting cheap, they don't want to pay for this, because we hear that all the time. What we are doing is really looking and being good stewards with the monies that we receive to take care of the home and everybody in the home. So one of the things that we looked at, we look at things like, if you want to move from one apartment to the other one and what the cost is, we are now going out, okay, what does a normal moving company cost, or what do they charge? And then we have to move that up. Obviously, if you're moving levels of care, there's no charge to that. The same thing for maintenance. Let's say, I bought something from Wayfair or IKEA, and it's a bookshelf, and we're going to put it together. I'll just do a work order, and maintenance will come and do it. Well, if you look at the Appendix A, it says that we are supposed to charge a certain amount of money after, 30 minutes or what have you. And we haven't been charging because we always feel like, oh, let's just let it go. And the guys, you all know, the maintenance guys work really, really hard. So we have been doing more than that. We've, even in the office, if we have a desk or something that we order, we rather have, I don't know, I'm just picking name, Wayfair. If we order from Wayfair, we want them to come and put it together because that will allow Matt and his team to take care of the day-to-day operations of keeping and maintaining the home. If they are putting together bookshelves, and if they are moving people from one place to the other, and if they are doing that, leaves things, and then we come to town hall and they say, well, that hasn't been done, that hasn't been done. So we have to really look at the resources that we have and then really see, okay, well, we are going to be charging for these things in order to make sure that we do our due diligence because, everybody works really hard. And so I know you were used to that before COVID, and we kind of let that go. But now we're really looking at when this will happen. By law, we have to give you a 30-day notice, so we will do that once we are completely done. This is just a heads up, because then you're going to see, now they're going to charge us for this, now they're going to charge us for that. There's not a whole lot of changes. We talked to the managers. What things can be chargeable, right? What things should not be. And there's very few things that are going to change, but obviously the appendix is there and the charges is there, but things go up. And we haven't changed that. We looked at over Christmas 2019, right? We have not changed since 2019. We haven't made any changes on charging for the room stay, for the guest room, and any of that since 2019. And as you know, you walk out the door from Masonic Homes, and the world out there is very expensive, from food to everything. So we just want to do our due diligence. Again, so we want to be good stewards, and we want to provide you the service, but we also want to make sure that we do our due diligence. As in the contract says, we will make some changes And some of those changes may be additional charges. Very few, minimal. We're trying to keep things at a minimal for everybody, but things have to, things have to move forward and that has to happen. So with that said, we are open for questions because we want to make sure that everybody, let's see, Jesse is coming, Soul and Jesse are going to do the, and let, it takes a minute. Jim,
Yeah, the South Mall Alexa is non-operable. I've reported it a couple of times to the front desk. It hasn't been rectified. But what I'm wondering is, I asked to have an Alexa put in our apartment because we recently moved. And I was told that they're no longer available in the apartment. So is maybe the South Mall and all the common areas not going to have Alexas anymore either?
well, I have to tell you that we are looking to see what we are going to be doing. In fact, today we had a meeting with Ava, and we are not getting any more. We have lots of Alexas that are out there. We need to find out where they're at, what the use of it is, because we are getting, we're looking at that right now, Jim. And Chris is back there. We're gonna see if there's anything we can do for the South Mall for the time being. But that's another thing that we will be doing. We don't know the usage of Ava or Alexa is, we have lots of them everywhere and the usage is very minimal. So that's what we have found out from the reports that we are getting. So we're looking into that and see where do we go? Do we change to another service? Do we keep it? So stay tuned, but we will get to at least the South Mall one and see what we have for your room if we have one. Barb?
I've got three quick ones.
Okay.
One of them is an appreciation for what our new landscaping service is doing, because we are looking so much spiffier than we have in years.
That's Matt. Matt is
Okay,
taking
Matt.
over that.
Number two has to do with the survey. Can we have the questions ahead of time? I think that would facilitate things when we get the phone call.
That's a good question. I will
And number
ask.
three is the new activities thing that we get, the big huge sheet with stuff on both sides, or two of those, has been problematic for me. It may not for anybody else, but I don't have space to lay it out or to hang it or whatever it is. And I have to go to 4 different places to find out what's happening in any particular day. So my suggestion, my request is, could we have the way we had it before, but not on paper? Could it be digital and we could get it on our iPad so I could consult that in the morning? And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Jen is doing the minutes for us today, so she's writing that down. And we have to look at the people that don't have an iPad or can't get it digitally and see how we can serve. So since we are all here, can you guys tell me how many, and of course, how many of you like the new format of the calendar? Okay, so we like the new format of the calendar. Okay, those that we can, Barb, we can keep that obviously digital, will always be available, and I'll make Jen will make those notes, and we will let Luz know. Thank you. And Luz couldn't be here today, but she'll be back tomorrow. How about the other choice? Which one? Digital? Oh, that don't like the new calendar. Okay, raise your hand if you don't like the new calendar. Okay. Okay, I see people raising their hand twice. Okay, I took a mental count and it looks like we're pretty even, but yes, those of you who don't like the new calendar, maybe we can do digital as Barb suggested, and then but if not, we will see. As Luz and I told you last month, this was a trial. We're going to give it a run and see. But I do see it up on Second Saddam, on that big calendar, that it was horrible to be writing everything down. I mean, why spend hours of writing things down or pasting, gluing or taping, papers on there when you can have when you can have that on one piece of paper in your room, or it's digital. I understand that. Okay, more changes to come on that. Other question, Ralph?
I just want to know if you talked about putting together things and there'd be charges for this. Are tools available? A lot of times we might not be able to put a bookcase together if we don't have the tool.
That all depends, right? If you're still capable of using the tools, yes, of course, we can give you a couple of screwdrivers and, and do that we can do, but we have to be careful because we don't want anybody getting hurt. But yes, we will see if that's possible, depending on the situation, case by case. Richard?
Oh, I have a question about the dining room. Can they cook the vegetables a little bit? I know people like them raw, some like them half cooked, some like them cooked. My asparagus today were absolutely
Raw, and sometimes we have soggy asparagus and everybody says they're soggy. So we still have consistency issues, correct?
No, I know you thought I was gonna bring up that we play bingo.
Oh, no, no.
Thursdays and Saturdays.
Okay, I told you I was gonna charge you for that. I told you I was gonna charge you for that. Okay, Susie?
If a person has a cold, or even if they don't have a cold, does wearing a face mask and not covering their nose, does that do any good if they don't cover their nose?
I'm gonna leave that over to Chris. I think it might not be the good thing we have to cover the nose, but Chris, yes? Yes, you have to cover your nose. So if you have a cold, and you're wearing a face mask, you have to cover your nose.
And then I have another question. I heard that it's not necessary for people to have their visitors stop at the front desk and sign in, that they can just go directly to their friends' apartments. Is that true?
No, that's not true. Very important that visitors stop at the front desk, and let me tell you why. Because they check in and you get a visitor's badge. That's the only way we know that you are supposed to be here. The other thing is, if we had a disaster or an earthquake, we get a list of how many people to count for, because the same thing we ask you when you leave, let the front desk know, because that way we have a tally of who is here. If we have a disaster, we know not to look for Susie because she went out, to a friend's house, or to look for Susie and her visitors because the visitors checked in and they're at the front. So yes, very important that they check in at the front desk and also check out on their way out.
Thank you. And then the other, in conjunction with that, can the visitors spend the night without permission?
No, usually if they spend the night without permission, sometimes it could be an emergency issue that they have. If they have somebody, maybe it's a husband and wife and one of them is in the hospital and they decided to spend the night. No, they have to have permission. They have to, again, it's not permission. You're allowed to have guests, right? You're allowed to have guests to come in and be here at the home. So it's not a permission per se. It's just letting us, again, following the rules and letting us know that you're having visitors and how long are they staying. Thank you, Susie. Anybody else? Henry?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As you may well know, we have moved from the 5th floor to the ground floor, and we are very thankful for that. And my wife is very happy with that, except the laundry. Not that we don't have a laundry on the first floor, but the laundry that is made available to us at the second floor is always full of lint. I think there must be something wrong with the filter or the door gasket.
That's on the
I hope somebody takes a look at
second
it.
south?
Second
Second
floor.
south laundry room?
Both of them. And I heard from another resident that she has the same complaint.
Okay,
It's
second
always full of lint.
south laundry room and second head laundry room?
I think it's the head and south.
South? Okay.
Thank you.
And Matt is writing it down as you see. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Now, remember, these things, if you want them done quickly, just call, the 6450 number, the hotline, and leave so we can do a work order right away, okay? 6750, thank you. I'm giving you the wrong number, Henry. Okay, anybody else? Any other questions? Wow, that was easy. Okay, one last thing. We had a great performer, the Elvis, on Friday last week. And I'm going to talk to Luz, and something came up. You know, everybody was here. Everybody was here having a great time. I thought we have such a beautiful patio. We bring it outside. You know, somebody said to me, well, we didn't know this was going on, but if you have it out there, people can look and see and maybe stop by and take a look. So I'm going to talk to Luz and see if, thank you, Dee, for the idea. And I'm going to talk to Luz and see if we can have some of these concert times or, music venues in the patio, especially in the summertime. Yes, if it gets too hot, obviously we'll make those changes, but what a lovely place to have music, to have entertainment out in the patio, especially if, maybe we do them in the afternoon after dinner, so everybody can really, really enjoy a concert. And Dee brought up a good point. She said, and I go to those, by the way, Fremont, the Central Park has the concert series in the summertime, and people gather in the afternoon. They have some kind of band playing, or whatever it is, music playing, and it's just a wonderful time to be out there, and the sun is setting and everybody's having a good time. So it would be great. How many of you would like outdoor singing or music playing in the evenings, in the afternoons, in the summertime? Yay, okay. So I will be talking to Luz and see if we can make some modifications to the calendar with Susie.
Are the baby birds gone?
The baby birds are still there from what I understand. They're still there, but they're already flying and they're coming back and they're starting to fly. So unfortunately, some of the windows didn't get done, but we will get those windows done. The company has already left, but we will have them done in-house, have those windows done. But yes, the babies are flying, and I'm sure they're going to be flying out soon. We haven't had any more issues with people getting hit, but they are cute.
Also, I just wanted to mention, we have the goats here too, right?
Ah, that's right. The goats are here. And they've been here for, I think this is their last week. So today they were out in the, not where the ravine by the house is, but up at the top by Lorber, in that area. So somebody sent me a picture, and my goodness, good luck guessing how many goats there are out there. So with that said, remember, no fireside chat for July because Soledad is going to be having a nervous breakdown after the budget. Jesse.
I did want to mention and remind everyone that this July, on the 26th, which is a Saturday, is our annual family barbecue. So please, the invitations were sent to your emergency contacts already. I have been getting lots of phone calls and lots of emails, which is good. But I also wanted to let the residents know to please RSVP or let me know or give me a call before July 18th to RSVP, okay? It's going to be here in the sedan patio and auditorium. The gift shop will be open as well. Thank you, Julie. And yes, and it's going to be a sports theme this year, so please wear your attire. And yes, please invite your families. Every resident is allowed 4 guests, and that's also for their spouse as well. So each resident or a couple are invited, can invite 4 guests. So thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Marty.
Will we be able to go up to the hilltop on the 4th of July to see the fireworks?
Yes, so Luz emailed me today. Yes, she will be back tomorrow, but yes, that will be coming up. And yes, you will be able to go up to the hilltop, and she's gonna connect with MCYAF and letting them know what day that is, so you guys can continue to do your traditional illegal firework display scene from the MCYAF area. Bob?
Yes, this is a reminder, as the weather gets warmer, we're gonna have to be very careful about the shady areas around rocks for rattlesnakes. That's something that will be a big factor when the heat starts coming on.
Yep, you are absolutely right. We're up on a hill and that happens quite a bit. So those of you who go up to Ken Lot, be careful as well. And drink water, hydrate. Lily?
When we have our outdoor or certain functions, can we have a nice, I would say, shading?
Yeah, when we have out here, we usually have the umbrellas up. If we have it elsewhere, we bring canopies, and we'll try to get as much as we can, unfortunately, because we can't tell the sun move this way or move that way. Some areas may be open, but we usually have great shade with the umbrellas. All right, Lily. All right, with that said, you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and thank you so much. We'll see you next month.